We've covered a lot of different topics in this course, so I think it'd be useful to walk through the process again as we conclude. We don't have time to create an entire video, of course, but we'll create a small section of a video as an example. So we start by picking a topic, which is hard to do on demand, so I recommended collecting ideas as you have them in a notebook or an app that you can draw from later. For this demonstration, we'll choose my Grand Theory of Amazon video. Next up is research, spending a few days or weeks searching for everything we can find on the topic. As you find useful sources, add their URLs or titles to the central document, along with a few brief notes about it. And now that we have notes, we can turn them into a real narrative. I grouped our notes into 3 themes of Amazon's philosophy: its scale, focus on customers, and long-term thinking, each with many notes and sources. We can turn this into a physical or digital mind map or outline, plan each point we want to convey, and add things like a hook at the beginning and transitions between themes. This makes the script writing much easier. We now just need to decide how we want to write what's already on our outline, considering things like rhythm and tone. With each draft, we'll add a bit more and revise what we already have until the script is complete. And especially towards the end, we want to be condensing our script to convey as much information in as few words as possible. After that, designing graphics. Let's do it for the sentence, "Amazon is even investing in pharmaceuticals and education." We'll create a new document in our graphic design app and decide how we want to visually represent this part of the script. Let's divide our scene into 2 sides, one to represent pharmaceuticals and the other for education. We'll create 2 equal-sized rectangles for the background, set their color, and lock them in place. On the left side, let's create a pill bottle with the help of a reference photo. For the bottle itself, we'll just use a bunch of rounded rectangles. For the pill shapes, we'll create a fully rounded rectangle and then cover half with another rectangle. This way we can create a new shape composed of the overlap between them. We'll copy this new shape and then undo that action so we can get our pill back. To review that, we created a new shape based on the overlap between the 2 shapes that we created. That's going to be the left side of the pill, and we have that in our clipboard. So now we can delete that rectangle and paste in that shape from our clipboard, which is the other side of the pill. Now for education, let's create a circle and then convert it to curves so we can customize it. Now let's edit the points to make it look more like an apple. And now we've got our first scene. Let's select and export each object we want to animate, including the backgrounds, which we'll import into our video editor. I'll also import my voiceover recording and some music. And lastly, we'll drag each image and sound onto the timeline where we want it and add keyframes. For the backgrounds, we'll have them fade in by changing the opacity at the beginning. For the objects, we'll change their starting size to 0 so they sort of zoom into the screen. And there you go. Move our playhead to the beginning, hit play, and we can see what we've made. That's pretty cool, right? Nothing is individually that complicated. It's just kind of about practicing each step. And as we wrap up this course, here are a few things to keep in mind. First, this is all a process. Know that it takes some time to really get good. Second, feedback is incredibly important. It's easy to make the same mistakes over and over again and wonder why you aren't getting views. So if you aren't sure how to improve, ask people who will give you honest feedback. You could even post your video here on this course, or just ask your friends. And third, there are many ways to do everything I've discussed in this course. I've presented the general way I do things, but you can and should experiment. In fact, it's important that you develop your own style. This is all meant to be a starting place. Finally, thank you for taking this course, and I sincerely hope it was valuable. If you use any of these techniques, you'll be light years ahead of where I started. Good luck to you, and I can't wait to see what you make.